raggedy, like bad look about it.
It's actually
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Han, and today is recovering plant. So as a plain plant seller and also as a work as barista, place a couple of my plants at the Tommy's Cafe, which is located at Central Coast. And at there, some of my plant is available, which is I generally get sources from the city. When I put the plant in the cafe, then because I'm not literally able to take care of it every day, the condition or quality could be slightly dropped too. And whenever it's being dropped, I'm trying to bring the plants in and then recover it. And once it's become healthy, then bring it back to the cafe. And then why not to filming how I recover the plant, how to make damaged plant to be look much better later. Of course, it's gonna be a little time consuming, but eventually, if the plant can be healthy, even though it's not really massive thing, but still, if I can share these things, for me, I can create the content. Some potential customer can purchase without much concern, and also some people get some idea about this plant. So for the people that who's not familiar with this plant, if I explain a little bit, this plant is called Strelessia nicolai, which is commonly called bird of paradise. Generally, bird of paradise we can see commonly in Australia, like in garden or park, many places. And generally, those bird of paradise that we can find from outside is more like outdoor purpose plant. Those plants is like having a like bird-shaped flower which has like yellow, no, not yellow, like orange color pattern. But on the other hand, compared to that, this Strelessia nicolai tends to grow much taller and neglect the less light condition as well. And compared to the alocasia, which has like big foliage, still have a big foliage, but tends to compare to that, it has personally think is much more easier to care and also like hardy. But anyway, this plant I've been placing on Tommy's Cafe since I wasn't the only one that was placing the plant. When we closed the cafe, including my boss, like our staff was putting the plant in or plant out, and whenever placing it, we sometimes put the plant arranged in a different locations. And at that time, maybe this plant had been sitting or exposed too much on the traffic, or maybe somewhere has getting a lot of wind. Some cafes actually put this plant to outdoor in that way to create the tropical vibe. And actually, those things that we can find or pretty commonly near the beach, like again, this plant is hardy and they can endure those conditions. But only the things that little demerit cons of placing this plant outdoor is this foliage is kind of very easy to tear, and whenever it's being exposed on strong wind or traffic, very easily tear like this. And generally compared to the tear foliage and just like this brand new foliage, obviously just this brand new foliage look much better. So if you are chasing this plant, if you are growing this plant for indoor, probably I would suggest to placing this on somewhere that not much has traffic, and also probably not really good idea to put on a balcony. Even though some people still put in the balcony though. Yeah, so eventually this plant has been, as you can see, it has been damaged a lot. Like some of the foliages have been teared and maybe it hasn't been watered properly. So that's why eventually the foliage is, if you see it became become wider. It could be caused by the wilting and then eventually become this shape, or also maybe it was located in a too bright area or like sufficient light, so it doesn't really need to grow upward because already getting a lot of light. And if it's being exposed on a lot of light, for the plant wise, when they are being more wider, it can get some more surface of absorbing the light. So I think eventually that's why it's become like this shape. But personally, what I think is Strelessia nicolai is like when it's grow taller and then a little bit more narrow, it looks more better shape, I would say. So today in this video, I will trim some of the foliages which is obviously damaged, and then trying to wash the foliage to remove the dust, and yeah, and then trying to encourage to have a more better growth. So then let's do it. So for me to take care of this plant, I'm gonna remove some damaged foliage, cause generally if there's more foliage, it tends to be easy to absorb better. But also at the same time, if there's more foliage, the more it absorbs the water, it's also need to use that energy, that nutrition to share that foliage as well. So for me, right now, anyway, I was trying to clean up. So I will start with removing some of the damaged foliage, which is this one. This is actually not really very necessary, because anyway when this get older, the stamens become dry out like that eventually, and then once it's being dry out, it's pretty much more easily to pull out if it's dry out all the way down. But for me, just to make it looks better, that's why I just prefer to get a little more. And this one as well. So yeah, so right now I have a couple of foliage left still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it was like being like wilted, or if it's expanded too much, I may tie it up slightly so it can help it to shaping. But right now it's not really super necessary. So I think it should be okay to just keeping like that. But because I've been just give a trimming and stuff, I'm gonna give sufficient water now. And then while I'm doing water, I will use a shower to washing all the foliages. So in that way, you can remove the dust, and also at the same time, you can remove the past which could have been here. Okay. So when I water the plant, I always prefer to use this like shower mode, like this. And then mix them on gently. And water, sufficient amount. Instead of finishing with watering just once, just wait until the water is being absorbed, and then try to give water more. In that way, it can help all the soils can be like moist enough. Or on the other hand, the other good way of watering is we can use the saucer. Like just try to clean the saucer first, and put the plant under the saucer. This. Clean up the water on the saucer and pump. Like if you leave it like this for about 10 minutes to 20 minutes, then it can, all the water in the saucer can be help the soil to be wet at the bottom. And yeah, after that, just take it up from the pot, a little bit let it drain, and put it back in the pot. Then that should be pretty good watering, I'll say. And since I get water enough now, I will give fertilizer. this one. So this is actually the fertilizer I've been mixed with the coffee bean, worm casting, and a little bit of indoor purpose fertilizer. Since the plant is already big and then has like bigger pot, I will just use everything. But if the plant is like a little bit smaller than this, like you only can use the half, and that should be enough. Turn water, just put on slightly down. I just make it a little bit wet, so in that way it can be absorbed literally. And let's wait for a while until it's being dry. I get sufficient water, get fertilizer, and then trim some damaged foliage. And that's kind of first step to do when the plant is being damaged. And eventually I don't think it's really bad, and just to make it a little better shape, for now instead of bring to gut vase straight, I'm not gonna keep this one at my place, which is like a little bit lower light area. In that way it can encourage to make it grow more taller, and trying to record how it performs. So today is actually 2nd of October, and it's getting warmer and warmer. And this plant is kind of tends to grow a little faster. I think it's much better to give fertilizer every month. And yeah, just to prevent some pests, I'm gonna give some little bit of spray, which I mix copper silver thing. That's pretty much everything for today's video. Thank you for watching, and then I will update on Instagram or on this YouTube channel with a short to make it update. And in case you want to know how to grow this Strelitsia plant, then there's a separate video that I filmed earlier, so you can have a look at that. Then thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.